We talk about where things could stand right now. Um, 2 days later, what does the investigation look like?
Well, I think it's still changing every minute, right? I think information is still being found out about this individual, and right now I'm sure it's interviewing family members, friends, anywhere that this guy's ever lived, everywhere he's ever worked. A lot of it's obviously going to be social media profile. I mean, he obviously posted some things on social media right before the event, but going back in history, who was he in contact? How did he become radicalized? They're saying now it looks like this guy acted alone, but are there other people still out there? I mean, maybe he acted alone, when he perpetrated this act, but are there other people who helped planning, radicalizing, whatever? So there's still a lot of work to be done.
I, how how does the Bureau go about solving the question of someone going from serving in our own military to then turning around and committing a terrorist act?
Yeah, and that's going to take some time. I mean, looking at what caused this individual to take a hard turn in his life. Obviously there was the issues, family issues, but what else was there? Financial issues. Did he have some issues with the military when he left? We look at this and think, wow, this is strange. How could somebody go from serving their country to killing innocent people? But obviously something drove this guy, and this is certainly, I think, a deep seated issues with this guy.
Yeah, from a security standpoint too. I mean, look, we saw with the Boston Marathon bombing and stuff like that happened. Is it also sort of a reminder of how difficult it can be to secure an outdoor venue as opposed to an indoor event?
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about outdoor events, particularly this time of year, these New Year's Eve events, New Year events, you know, funneling people, security checkpoints, choke points, monitoring real time, it's just a whole different level of security than an indoor event, a football game, for example, or a indoor concert. It's just a whole different level of issues that law enforcement has to deal with.
Yeah. Anything else that's stuck out to you about this case as you've been watching the coverage and taking in the facts?
Well, from my experience, the initial information is usually wrong, right? And so there's so much information coming in, you got to be really careful what you put out. In this situation, there was some information put out that there may have been other perpetrators, and I think that was done for public safety. It's a tight line. You've got to balance between notifying the public and not messing up your investigation. And so, when you see an investigation like this, a high profile event, the first thing you see are the politicians, and the politicians show up and they start saying things maybe they shouldn't say, things that were shared with them by law enforcement. So, it just puts a lot of different layers on this that you really don't need.